I'm Hal Wolf, President and CEO of HIMSS, and it's great to be here in beautiful Las Vegas for HIMSS 25 Global Health Conference and Exhibition.
Yeah, it's amazing to have you here as well, here on Podcast Row. It's great to be able to have the conversations here on the floor. So thanks, Hal, and the team for pulling everything together. It's been a great conference. We're kind of in the thick of it right now, having this conversation, but still a lot more to come. But hey, there's been a lot of HIMSSs under the belt and a lot of lead up to this particular one. It seems like there's been a really big turnout and a lot of activity. Like, what's your take on it so far, Hal?
No, it's been a tremendous turnout, actually. We're well ahead of last year, both in terms of total attendance, and what we're most pleased with is I'll use the word surge in professionals that are attending as well. These means people who work inside the healthcare systems. And it's increased two different ways. One in the number of attendees, which is fantastic. And the other is in the badge level, if you would. So we monitor individuals' titles. And we've noticed a lot more decision makers this year than in the past. So we've seen roughly a 15 to 16% increase in the number of attendees on the professional side, which the market suppliers are obviously thrilled with. It takes one quick glance on the second day and you can see all the booths are just as full as they were. Some would say actually fuller even than the first day when they were packed. We're seeing a lot going on, and the educational programs have kicked in. So we're very pleased.
Look, it's interesting. When I think of, we get asked often, it's like in terms of who are the types of people that attend HIMSS, and we know, it depends on what area of healthcare you're in terms of what you know HIMSS for. Some people know it as the annual conference or the conferences in different parts of the world. Others obviously know it on the standard size and the HIMSS levels of hospitals and many that are part of the different chapters and societies in different parts of the world. Do you find that the event is kind of, just the society event? It feels way bigger than just, people who are actively doing things on a day-to-day with HIMSS. It feels like the whole healthcare ecosystem.
Oh, it is. So, look, you used the right word. It's a society. And when the name society was brought together in 1961, when HIMSS was started, they realized even then that healthcare is not one group. It takes it takes a village. And so nurses, physician leaders, technicians, informaticists, government relations. I'll leave someone out, and I don't mean to, right? But it takes every single component of the healthcare ecosystem to be able to drive the change necessary. No one group handles it by themselves. So what HIMSS has been particularly adept at is understanding the segment groups that make up those healthcare pieces and creating educational and programs and thought leadership for them, but most importantly, how that weaves with others. And so when you look across here, you may not be a HIMSS member, but you're benefiting from all the thought leadership. So a great example is our maturity models. And if you go to the one that everyone knows, which is MRAM, right? And it was upgraded. MRAM is used by consulting companies. They tell me this all the time. I build my whole practice around the fundamental strategy and the hierarchy of MRAM because it's tried and true on a global basis. And it's no longer just a technology checklist. I mean, pretty much anyone can do that and put a label on it. We did that in the beginning, and it was an important technology checklist. But now it's about how do you use the technology? How do you deliver the access? How do you deliver the quality? We've done that upgrade now on our infrastructure. We've done that maturity model. We've done that on our analytics maturity model, and more to come, right? So this is where we're getting into the deep help strategically and operationally. So whether you're a HIMSS member or not, you've got resources around you. But now with our new gating ability and specialization for our members and our reintroduction of huge value, if you are a HIMSS member, you're going to get access to articles and thought leadership capabilities that non-members don't get. So we'll always be an important source. And by the way, people are coming up to our HIMSS Connect booth and saying, I want to be a HIMSS member. That's never even happened before. I mean, we've had it and people sign up for membership coming in. And we've had the largest increase in membership in HIMSS of new people joining this year than we've had in the last 5.
Interesting.
And they're now they were reporting to me as I came early, like people are walking up to the booth and saying we want to be HIMSS members. So we're very excited.
Yeah. Do you think that's because like the value proposition is just super clear, or it seems like a bit of a no-brainer? I feel like there's many, people involved in digital healthcare innovation, just healthcare generally, frontline clinicians, at the rate of innovation and change and new ways of doing things, being able to have access to quality resources and the right communities and the how to do things has never been more important. Am I kind of on the right track here?
No, you're totally on the right track. Listen, I think it's a no-brainer. And I think a lot of people are, well, it's funny. So I came into healthcare 22 years ago. And when I came in, I joined another organization first. And I went to it because I was a CIO, and I looked at it. I was like, okay, kind of interesting. But I was working in a very large integrated care system. And, talking to other CIOs, it was kind of interesting. It was good. There's some good stuff there. And then the next year, I stayed a member there, and I went over to HIMSS, and I went, oh, okay.
Right.
I found what I deal with every day.
Yes.
I found the doctors, I found the nurses, I found the informaticists, I found the technologists, I found the blend going on. That is my everyday life.
Yeah.
When we would come as a group and we would march this floor, we would go as a team to find solutions to problems we were trying to solve. Because there's no such thing as a technology decision. It's a business decision. It's a care decision. It's a quality decision. It's an access decision. People, process, technology. Technology is super important, and we've got to implement it. But what's the so that?
Yeah.
And what you get out of HIMSS that you just don't get anywhere else is the so that. So the organization itself, as a global nonprofit, provides a lot of strategic thought and direction for individuals. It delivers the so that if you do these things, you're going to get here, with a lot of excellent documentation by thousands and thousands and thousands of hospitals around the world. So it's an invaluable resource.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, look, lastly, Hal, appreciate you've obviously got a very busy dance card over the next couple of days, so I appreciate you making the time for this chat, but probably a pretty selfish question as well, given that, look, the audience of Talking Health Tech is indeed global, but strong presence from Australia. As you know, I'm Australian.
Yes.
If you couldn't tell.
What?
But then, increasingly, I mean, there's quite a good Australian contingent here, and we always seem to have a positive aura about us if you can find the Aussies anywhere in the room, right?
No question.
But then there's going to be more after seeing, the content and everything that comes out for next year at HIMSS as well. There's always the question of, well, is it worth the investment coming the other side of the world to be able to come to an event like HIMSS?
Sure.
Given that it could be anywhere from the frontline, even in our group of Aussies, there's the frontline clinicians that have come out to see what's going on. There's health tech providers who are really early stage right through to enterprise, well-known organizations that have come out too. In terms of, determining if it's the right time to make the big trip over to Vegas next year for HIMSS, is there a sweet spot, or is it really there's something for everyone in healthcare to come over?
It's a little bit of both. So is there something for almost everyone in healthcare? Because healthcare is enormous.
Sure.
But I would ask myself just these few questions to answer that question, which is, am I in a healthcare system that is facing a change in the way I need to deliver my services? And if so, is digital health tools and capabilities a critical part of that strategic planning? And if the answer to those two are yes, my next question should be, and how many people should I be bringing with me to come to HIMSS?
Yeah. And
the reason for that is you will not find, and listen, I've been all over the world too. Worked a year and a half in Australia. Up and down the East Coast, and a little bit in Western Australia, but mostly, you know how it's laid out.
No, yeah.
And you're just not going to find any place in the world or any event in the world where all of that comes together. And you learn as much in the hallways and in the bars and restaurants, as you do sometimes in the classrooms. But the buzz here is constantly about where are we going, what did you learn? Did you talk to these people? Wow, did you see that presentation? So those are my three questions I would be asking. And that's why you've seen a huge surge this year from South America as an example.
Yeah.
Hundreds from Brazil. Last night I was with people from Colombia. I was with people from Mexico. I was talking down the row a bit, and they were with a big group from the Philippines and Taiwan and Korea. Europe, of course, is extremely well represented. So, no, we're all in this together and we're learning from each other. And by the way, the most advanced system in the world that has the highest number of stage 7s and a perfect score in the digital health indicator is Samsung Medical Center, who was front and center yesterday on stage. It's a global membership and we're learning from everybody.